Hey there, this is Dave Drury, and this is an unboxing of the SoulShift Church Resource Kit. I've just heard a lot of people wondering what's inside this kit. It's a pretty sizable deal here, but I know a lot of people don't know all of what's inside of it. Part of that is there's so much in here, and I just actually talked to a pastor in Michigan who's an inner city church, and they have this kit, and he was asking me for message notes, and I said, well, you have them in the kit, right? And he didn't even know they were in there. So this video is sort of to help explain what's inside here. So let's get the wrapping off of here. First, you see here at the front, Max Lucado loves this stuff. SoulShift guides believers to a deeper walk with God, reveals the power and richness, and so forth. Sounds like he's not opposed to it. That's nice. It's a big box here. Okay, and right here on the top we've got a brochure that sort of shows what's inside, all the resources. You can even use that code to go online and see more, and you can see the free stuff that's all at our SoulShift.com. That's cool. Okay, and so some of their sales stuff here on how much it costs to get some of what's in here that could be ordered more of. And first of all, there's a book, the SoulShift book, the hard copy version. They now have paperback versions of this as well, but this is the original version of the SoulShift. And then inside we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 of the SoulShift magazine. And this is a cool thing that I had not seen done before, but it really summarizes the whole SoulShift deal, but really more in a hip way that feels a little bit more kind of, dare I say, relevant magazine-y for people I know that at College Church we used an earlier version of this for our teens and our college students who we didn't really expect to necessarily buy this and read a whole book by pastors, but we thought would read a magazine, and they did. And we actually found out that in the end, a lot that had looked at the magazine ended up getting engaged in the whole SoulShift thing, because we really wanted to communicate the ideas. So this, one of the cool things about this is you can order this and input into it your own articles, kind of replace some of it with your own personalized church stuff. So that's a cool feature they have. And then here inside, we've got the strategic planning guide. This is goes through all what it kind of, how it works to lead a church through an all church. You can see some of the contents of this book through an all-church spiritual formation program. This really applies to all church spiritual formation programs, so some of this really is just about leading a church through change spiritually. But there's a lot of specific tips on how to do it regarding SoulShift, like how to have events that go along with it, how to ensure you're following up and communicating well. There's a quick start setup guide here that actually gives you a timeline. I mean, some people like these, really say, boy, how many months ahead should I be communicating, for instance? Well, this actually gives you exactly how many months and weeks to do different steps in the process. And if you're a checklist type person, it actually has a full checklist of what you could do. And in some ways, you could really just use those 5 pages to get you started. This is the kind of thing a person leading a whole SoulShift or other spiritual formation program would want to use kind of as their guide. Okay, then we have sermon introductions, and so what this is a DVD that has introductions to all of the sermons itself. It has like a little brief introduction to what each of them are. And so that's helpful. That's one of the things that you might use in advance of the actual event in order to promote it coming up. Okay, next we've got the group study, and this actually has this one thing, the group study one, has 3 DVDs in it. So you're getting 5 DVDs in the end here. This one in particular has 8 weeks of videos, and these are about 20 to 22 minute long messages from Steve Deneff with a little recap by me. And then there's the part I love the most is there's interviews with people about each of the soul shifts. So this is an 8-week program covering each of the 7 soul shifts, and then 1 week for introduction. So this is sort of the core of the box, and really I've worked with a lot of other programs like this with other publishing houses and so forth, and I've seen people with this much content, they just sell this for quite a bit of money. Just this in the book, for instance, is what a lot of times when you go get it, and all this other stuff is on top of that. And of course, this one is good 22 minutes of content instead of 11 minutes, which is what like a Pneuma video or other videos might be in length. So some good in-depth teaching from Steve on there, and usually Sunday school classes or small groups are watching this, and then the preacher in the church that's doing Soul Shift ends up preaching their own sermon along the way. Okay, and then down in the box to really cap this off, that's all the print materials and videos and so on and so forth, a ton of stuff there. There's also this resources, and on this DVD-ROM, you actually have tons of wonderful resources. You got all of your graphics, you got all of the promotional type items, pretty much everything we ended up doing at College Church we captured and then kind of refocused it to make sure that it could be used in another setting. And here you have promotional imagery, sermon notes. That's one of the best things. Steve worked really hard to gather all of his stuff that he said or stuff that he wanted to say and didn't say. He basically gave about 3 sermons worth of material for other preachers to sort of poach from and grab quotes and scriptures and so forth. Training materials for soul coaches, small group leaders, Sunday school leaders, so forth. All the stuff. It actually has 3 different kind of worship services and how you might do those in a church are located on that DVD-ROM, as well as all the PowerPoint slides and all that stuff. Suggestions of traditional worship songs that go with each shift and contemporary worship songs that go with each shift. And we even have like college student type worship songs. Contemporary sounds old to them as well. And so we have a lot of stuff in this packet. As I mentioned, this is quite a bit of stuff for one box here. I know some people are saying, why would I get that? Why don't I just get the book and preach through it? And I know I've talked to several different pastors that did that, some before the kit even came out, and they were really, afterwards, they found out all that was in here, and they were really feeling like, man, I wish I would have waited in order to do the whole kit. So that's what you've got in the unboxing of the SoulShift Resource Kit. I'm really proud of all this stuff. I, of course, got involved, so I'm totally biased on this, but I think that this is a marvelous kit that Wesleyan Publishing House put out. You can go to OurSoulShift.com to learn more about all this stuff, or shoot me an email, or find me on Twitter or Facebook, or on my website, daviddrury.com, and I'll answer any questions you got and help you along the way. I know a lot of people are going through SoulShift in their churches, hundreds and hundreds of churches, and this resource kit seems to be a phenomenal way to help make that happen. Have a good one, man. Thanks for watching this unboxing. Kind of cool. And just a little teaser here at the end for those of you that watched all 10 minutes of this. I will be doing another unboxing of an unannounced kit this fall. Can't wait.